Alright, so I thought Raw tonight was just like last week. It wasn't horrible, but it was not good enough. It was a little bit below average, I thought. So, let's just get right into this shit. Betty White comes out to start off the show with the big show. She said she's gonna kick some ass tonight, and then the corporation comes out. It's sad when you got Betty White being, a 92-year-old woman being the most non-PG character on the show, saying I'm gonna kick some ass. It's the most non-PG. It is PG. It's still a little bit PG, mostly PG. Saying I'm gonna kick some ass, but it's the furthest away from PG we got throughout this whole show. I think. I can't think of anything else that was that extreme or anything. And it's sad when a 92-year-old fucking woman is fucking more extreme and hardcore than fucking men in their 30s and 40s and 20s. I think there's some wrestlers in their 20s. So it's sad when a 92-year-old woman's doing that shit. But the corporation comes out. Triple H says they're considering every person who's in the chamber match for the face of the company. It's funny because I thought you were supposed to earn your spot on the fucking WWE roster, not be handed shit. They're always like, oh, who's Triple H going to choose as the face of the company? No, you earn the face of the company. It's stupid. It's like, oh, is Triple H going to choose Bryan? Is he going to choose Orton? No, they're going to fight and see who it is. They're not going to fucking shoot, It's not up to Triple H who's the face of the company. It's up to the fans. It's up to who's the best wrestler. The Triple H opinion is fucking irrelevant pretty much. He's just one opinion out of fucking the millions of fans who watch the show. So, then Orton comes out, apologizes. He said he's being childish or whatever. I'm sick and tired of people apologizing on this show. It's getting fucking annoying. You get Kane apologizing every fucking week. Orton now fucking apologizing. It's enough, alright? Says he wants to be the face. I thought he already was. Then he said he wants to be on the talk shows and cereal boxes. So he's pretty much admitting he's just a storyline face, not the actual face here. And I hope to God he's not going to be the actual face of the company. Because Cena is better than him. Cena's not good, but Cena is better than him. Then Bryan comes out to a pretty big pop. The crowd was really chanting yes. They always chant yes pretty loud, but this week seemed a little bit louder than usual. Stephanie says, now everybody has to set up an appointment to talk to the corporation. Let's see how fucking long this lasts. She's like, oh, if any of you interrupt me again, that's not allowed. You can't interrupt when we're talking in our segment. I wonder how long that fucking lasts. I bet you next week somebody interrupts them, or in the near future. This isn't gonna fucking last. None of their shit they do, they don't remember shit they made. They just go against what their storyline is. They always break their fucking rules that they make during the storyline. This storyline is just so fucking illogical, it's retarded. The Big Show is supposed to have an ironclad contract that obviously wasn't true. Then Bryan says some decent insults on the corporation. Orton tells Bryan to respect the corporation. Obvious ass kissing right here. It's retarded. I mean, is Triple H fucking retarded? Or does Orton think Triple H is retarded enough? Orton's just trying to kiss his ass, but it's obvious. It's obvious he's kissing his ass. So, obviously, Orton's a retard. So, or at least that's what they're trying to portray him as. Then Triple H says Bryan isn't wrestling tonight. I'm sick and fucking tired of people saying, oh, they're just not putting him on TV, it's storyline. Well, it's been in the storyline for like 6 fucking months now since SummerSlam. I'm sick and tired of people, oh, it's just storyline, fuck. He hasn't, put him in the main event. Give him the top spot, alright? People are saying, oh, just relax, it's storyline. Well, you know what? He's been in the fucking, getting buried now since SummerSlam. When is this storyline gonna fucking end already? Alright? So that starting segment was pretty stupid. Then you get an announcement seen as the #1 athlete on Facebook. Let me tell you something. Just because he has the most followers on Facebook doesn't mean he's the most liked athlete. Or they said he's the most liked athlete. I think did they say athlete or person? But whatever. Just because you have the most followers does not mean you're or the likes or whatever, does not mean you're the most popular. I think with Facebook, you follow people who are, follow celebrities or whatever. Like Justin Bieber has a ton of Twitter followers, but it doesn't mean, but then there's a fucking petition on the White House website with 234,000 petitions or some shit like that. It's the most popular petition to deport his ass. So that doesn't mean shit how many likes or followers you have or friends, whatever. That just bothered me. Just wanted to say that. Then we get the YSG and the Rhodes Brothers and Mysterio. Harper hit Rowan. Sort of cool there. It makes a little bit of sense because they're, messed up in the head. Picked up, the match was pretty boring to start. Then it picked up the last 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Then an alright match. Then we get a Wyatt promo after the match. Decent promo. They call the Wyatt's the Shield Toy Soldiers. So it wasn't, enjoyed this, it was an alright segment here. Followed by a decent, or alright match I should say, followed by a decent promo from Bray Wyatt. Then we get Shield backstage with Renee Young. Rollins and Ambrose cut pretty good promos. They're pretty good on the mic from what I've seen. Reigns just says, actions speak louder than words. Well, that's a pretty, known quote. But that's not how it is in WWE. You gotta have good promo along with good wrestling. So don't say that in WWE, alright? Then they hit some more dissension. It's getting a little much now with the dissension. Just break them up already. I'm getting tired. They've been fucking arguing for like 6 months now or something. They've been arguing for quite a while now. Break them up, alright? It's getting too much. Like every week they're fucking arguing now. And then we get, Reigns is like, oh, you never defend your belt, Ambrose. So Ambrose makes an open challenge. Then we get the Divas backstage with Betty Young. Then the Outlaws show up. And they take Betty with them. What I got from this is the Outlaws wanted to have a fucking threesome with Betty Young. Or what was that her name? Betty Young, right? Betty White. Betty Young. Did I say Betty Young? Yeah, Betty White. I can't even fucking remember her name. Why is she even on the fucking show? She's like 92 fucking years old. I don't even know who the fuck she is. Apparently she starred in some, show or whatever. Golden Girls, I think it was called. Don't know who the fuck she really is though. So the Outlaws take Betty White. Betty White. I keep forgetting it. Betty White away to have a fucking threesome. That's what I got from this little backstage segment. Fandango defeating Miz. You got Emma fucking coming out with Santino doing her dance. She's a good wrestler, so put her in a fucking match, not with this fucking retard Santino. Then the Miz comes out, calls, somebody Twinkle Toes and somebody whose act is older than Betty White. I don't know who he was referring to, who's Twinkle Toes and whose act is older than Betty White. I'm assuming the one whose act is older than Betty White is Santino because he's been here longer than Fandango, but I don't fucking know. But, I can't really complain about this too much. It was like 2 or 3 minutes long. And Fandango won to beat that fucking retard, Santino. Fandango's a fucking retard too, but at least he's a decent wrestler. Byron Saxton debuts, he's this NXT guy. I don't really pay attention to the announcers that much on NXT or just on WWE in general. So I don't really have an opinion on Byron Saxton. But he interviews Sheamus here. Sheamus says he has no problem teaming with Christian, just being a typical babyface here. Tired of fucking Sheamus being this happy babyface who likes everybody. So then we get hold on, I gotta find the page here. We get Coulter coming out. Okay promo from him. You know what I think? They should fucking target the NSA, who's been spying on us for fucking, breaking our 4th Amendment rights. They should target them, because the immigrant shit is getting a little bit old. Sheamus and Christian defeat the Real Americans. A little bit below average here. Some nice spots from Cesaro. The crowd was actually chanting for Cesaro. They were booing Sheamus. And then the Real Americans lose again. It's like, ugh, can they just push these guys? Give them the belts. They're over as fuck in their heel team. They're like the most over team right now in the fucking division. Give them the belts, alright? They're jobbers. Why are they fucking jobbers? They're one of the most over tag teams in the division right now. Then we get Cena backstage with Renee. Says the company's been dominated by two guys for a decade. No shit, and it's been pretty fucking boring since you two, Cena and Orton have taken over. Says tonight, he also says tonight will close the Cena Orton rivalry. Thank you. Yes. Good. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it fucking does, because I've had enough of these two guys. Del Rio defeats Ziggler. Del Rio has his old theme back. Happy about it. His old theme is way better. Decent match, but Ziggler loses in 3 minutes. Didn't surprise me though. Then Batista comes out after Del Rio attacks Ziggler, puts him through the table. Nice spot there. That was good. That's what Batista's supposed to do. Kick ass, not cut promos. He's supposed to kick people's asses. Then we get Triple H backstage. Tells Batista, "Oh, you can't do that, Batista. Things are different now." And he's like, "It's now a publicly traded company." Well, guess what, Triple H? You went public in, I think it was 2001. Yeah, you went public in 2001. It's either 2001 or 2002. I don't fucking know. I know it was one of those 2 years. I'm positive on that. I know it was at least before 2002. That was the latest date I know that they could have gone public, because I was looking at the stock and whatever, and I saw 2002 on there, so it's got to be 2002 or before. And Batista debuted in 2002, so nothing has fucking really changed, with the stock. It's it's not like it was private when Batista was there or anything, so that made no sense. But he tells Batista, "Oh, you can't do that anymore." It's like, really? It's stupid. You can't put people through tables anymore? It's like, it's wrestling, not fucking kindergarten. Then he makes Batista versus Del Rio at the Chamber. This is, obviously it was going to be made. It was inevitable. So, alright, at least let's see how good Batista actually is. Maybe he'll be good in the match. I don't know. But I gotta wait till, let's wait till we see a match with Batista, and let's base our opinions on him from there. So, I'm gonna wait till then to get an opinion on how good Batista is. Lita gets announced into the Hall of Fame. It's good. She deserves it. My idea, either Punk or AJ should induct her. Haha, wouldn't that be awesome? Punk or AJ inducting Lita. And we get Outlaws with Betty White backstage. Laughed a little bit, but this is mostly child antics with pouring shit into her tea or whatever. Usos defeat Ryback, so decent. Randy Savage chant. That's pretty much it. And also the shit they were doing on commentary with Billy Gunn, not fun. Henry defeats Ambrose via DQ. Mark Henry's already back. He was only gone for like 5 weeks and he broke his fucking arm. Doesn't that take longer to heal? Boring and slow match. The Shield interfered. It's ridiculous how they gotta interfere because Henry's about to beat Ambrose. Ambrose should be going over Henry clean because Ambrose is way better than Mark Henry. Wyatt's come out. They tease a brawl. Then they leave. It's like, can we get some build up between these two in a feud? It's like, can they have a promo face to face? Can they brawl? Can they do something? Can we get fucking any build ups? The build ups to fucking matches nowadays are fucking shitty for the most part. Bellas and the Funkadactyls beat AJ Fox, or Alicia Fox and Oksana. Couple decent spots, but also a lot of fucking botches and just messed up spots here. So this was pretty shitty as well. Kane comes out. Thought he was suspended. Why is he coming out? Apologizes like a bitch. Again, more people just apologizing. Bryan comes up, pretty much beats his ass. Enjoyed seeing Bryan come out. Betty White cuts another promo. She says she hasn't been around this many shirtless guys in trunks since last night. I laughed a little bit. It's a decent little line there. Cena defeats Orton. Just saw this match like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, however long ago the Rumble was, and I saw it at TLC. So I don't really need to see it, this soon after the Rumble. It's pretty boring and slow, in my opinion. Couple decent spots, but just slow. Pick the pace up. I like fast-paced wrestling, not this slow. People that like to substitute the word methodical for slow. It means the same shit. Slow is another word for boring. So this show, didn't really entertain me enough for me to call it a good or even average show. Just thought it was just like last week. Not good enough to be even an average show or a good show. Mediocre show. So there you go, people.